Hello. So, we've just arrived from China like 2 weeks ago, and I found it appropriate and fitting to share this video with you as to how you need to stay connected in China and what you need to do so that wherever you are in China, specifically in Shanghai where we went, you would be able to communicate with your family and loved ones back home. So me, I'm coming from the Philippines. The means of communication I have with my family and loved ones is through Messenger, and I also need to access Google, my emails, and my Google Drive for my work because I work online and I work remotely. Although I also have my Microsoft Teams and Microsoft 365 platforms to access my work emails and my work documents. But primarily, my concern was that how would I be able to message my family and loved ones that I am safe, that I am okay, and to give them um, constant updates as to how I'm doing in China and just to give them updates as to how it is there, it's beautiful, and to send them pictures. So basically, what I did was that I spent a ton of time researching online as to what the best VPN is. And I found out that after so many research on Reddit, in Google, Quora, and all the platforms that you may think of, I even watched YouTube videos. I thought that the cheapest one and the most reliable one, based on the reviews that I've read, is Let's VPN. So I chose Let's VPN because the platinum subscription is just like below $3, and that's already for 1 week, and we were staying there for 9 days in whole, but we have 7 full days. So I initially subscribed for a 7 day subscription, which is just, let's just say, $3 for 1 week. So before leaving for China, you need to install a VPN in your phone because it might be difficult for you to install a VPN when you're already there. So before you leave your home country, you must be able to download and subscribe for a VPN subscription. So again, I used Let's VPN. So when I was at the airport in Naiya while waiting for the boarding of the flight, I downloaded Let's VPN, and then I subscribed to their platinum subscription for 7 days. It was just charged to my Apple Pay account, or you could also pay through other means like credit card, debit card, etc. And then when I arrived in China, I connected to the hotel Wi-Fi, and then I turned on my Let's VPN account, and then it worked like a charm. I was able to send message to my family and loved ones that I arrived in China safe and sound. So now you may ask, why didn't I install an eSIM, because it may be easier. Well, that's true. I actually tried to install an eSIM. I tried AirAlo because I've read that in Google, and I've watched YouTube videos suggesting that you could use AirAlo. Unfortunately, my phone is not fit for it. The eSIM cannot be downloaded on my phone because it's an iPhone 13 that's made in China, and my boyfriend's as well. He wasn't able to download an eSIM using the AirAlo app on his phone because his phone is an iPhone made in Hong Kong. So there are some limitations as to what phones are compatible to an eSIM. That's why I just opted for Let's VPN, for a VPN. I could not share as to how it would be with other VPNs like ExpressVPN, NordVPN, or anything else, because I did not subscribe to those VPNs because, number one, they are expensive, and there are like a combination of reviews as to how well they perform in terms of connectivity, whereas with Let's VPN, I'm willing to like sacrifice $3. If it does not work, then I'll just look for other alternatives. But for me, because it lets VPN is okay, so I think it worked perfectly the entire time that we were there. And the next thing would be when you arrive in China, um, it's okay if you have a hotel Wi-Fi, because then you could just turn on the VPN and use the hotel Wi-Fi for the internet. But what if you're outside, right? You can't use a Wi-Fi anymore from your hotel. And so what we did was we bought a SIM card, a local SIM card. It's China Mobile in one of the stores, the authorized stores of China Mobiles. We bought a SIM card, and then the SIM card with data allocation on it, as far as I could remember, was for 7 days. It's 25 gigabyte of internet and for 100 yuan. So that's okay. My boyfriend just installed the SIM card on his phone, so it's 25 gigabytes for 1 week, and I just used the hotspot, his hotspot, to have internet on my phone as well. So I have my own VPN in my phone installed. He also has his own VPN on his phone installed, and we bought a SIM card, a local SIM card for him to be installed in his phone with 25 gigabytes in it for a week, and then I use the hotspot so that whenever we're outside, we're going to different places, we could still be able to be connected. We could use Google Maps, we could search Google, etc. So once you're able to have that, you're able to sort it out. Voila, it's okay. You're good. You're basically able to do whatever you need to do. How to stay connected, how to search which places to go, which places to eat, what to do, blah blah blah. Even if you're not in your hotel anymore, because now you already have a SIM card, you already have a data allocation. Next is that, aside from internet connectivity, the thing that I would suggest is you install Alipay, because it's true that they accept cash in China. Basically, all of the establishments we went, they accepted cash, and it was no problem at all. There was no hassle, but it is widespread, and it is like an accepted thing to pay via Alipay, to pay via QR. So what we did was that before we left the Philippines, we downloaded Alipay and we connected our credit cards before we left. So it's basically very straightforward. When you download Alipay, you can link a card there, a credit card, and when we arrived in China, that's what we used to pay the establishments, the restaurants, the thrift stores, and basically anywhere we went. We even when buying for transportation for the single journey and the 3-day pass tickets for the metro railway systems, we've used our Alipay. So it's straightforward. But if you have cash, then there's no problem. They accept cash there. In fact, when we arrived in China, in the airport, when we rode a taxi from the airport to the hotel, we paid via cash, because at that moment we did not have our local SIM cards yet. Although we already have the VPN in our phones, we don't have internet in our phones yet, because we're outside and we were not in our hotel yet, and the airport Wi-Fi did not really connect immediately. So it's better to have a few hundreds of cash with you, just so you would have like a backup with you. But your main driver could be your Alipay. You just scan the QR code, and then it gets paid. It gets charged against your account. So that's it. You download a VPN. If your phone is compatible with an eSIM, then go ahead, but I could not speak as to how an eSIM works because I have not used it yet. So download a VPN, set up your Alipay, just so you could pay your purchases there. And as for those who are working remotely and using Microsoft system, Microsoft Suite, I could attest that you could access your Microsoft email and Microsoft Teams even without the VPN, because one of my phones, because I have two phones, my main phone, I downloaded a VPN, but the other phone I did not download a VPN in it, but it has my Microsoft 365 suite. It has my Microsoft email and 365 Teams. I was able to receive emails and messages and chats from my workmates just by using the hotel Wi-Fi, and that phone does not have a VPN. So what I'm saying is that you don't need a VPN to access Microsoft email, your Outlook email, and your Microsoft 365. You don't need a VPN for that. It works perfectly fine, if just with a Wi-Fi, with the hotel Wi-Fi. But as for Google, Gmail, YouTube, Messenger, Twitter, almost everything that we use primarily in the Philippines, you need a VPN to do that. So before you leave the Philippines, I could only speak from my part because I am from the Philippines, and this is my experience on how to stay connected when you're in China. So do that. Install your VPN before you leave, and have your Alipay ready before you leave the country. So I hope this helps, and I hope you enjoy your trip. Thank you.